Okay, so the topic at hand is sex. So I'll keep it short and concise, just like my penis. Hide your children, because this is gonna be a video about Asperger's and sex. And if you have children watching these videos because you want to edutainment them, then you should actually let them watch it, because I'm not gonna say anything bad. And my whole point of this video is that sex is not something you should be ashamed of or afraid of or not talk about. Which is why I'm gonna talk about it, because Asperger's is a very emotionally dysfunctional thing, but it also has its physical dysfunctionalities, and some of which are simply because of each other. And in case you're wondering what I'm doing over here, by the way, in case you're like, wait a minute, he's not sitting down, is he sick? No, I got complaints that I wasn't using my camera enough. So I'm using my camera, and now you can see me stand up. Because this is a special occasion, because I just turned into a partner on YouTube. I say as I point on my computer like you know where it is. So that's where I'm all dressed up, and no, actually I dress like this normally. So yeah. Okay, so I started this video backwards, but that's okay, because now I'm gonna get to the juicy bits. No, I'm not actually gonna talk about sex. That's a lie. I'm not gonna talk about the act, because Asperger's, it doesn't matter what you do during sex. That doesn't have anything to do with Asperger's. That's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because people with Asperger's might have problems with the physical aspects of a relationship, also known as having sex. And I personally have problems with things that I'm going to talk about in this video, so that's why I'm thinking like, oh, I should just talk about this, because other people might have the same problems. And when it comes to sex especially, it's very good to know that you're not alone. Because if you have like a sit on you somewhere, if you have a sit, and you haven't, nobody's seen you naked yet, because you know you're young, then you think that you're a freak. Nobody really cares that you have a sit, but you think that you're some kind of hideous monster because of that one sit. And the first time you show yourself naked to somebody and they just completely ignore it, it's gonna make you feel very calm about yourself, and you're gonna be a better person about it. So being confident is important when it comes to your body. It's the most important thing. It doesn't matter how we actually look, as long as you're confident about it. You could be overconfident, but that's a different thing. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about something that I technically already talked about, and that's Asperger's and relationships, basically. But I'm gonna talk about it more specifically, because I don't mind hugs, but if a girl I don't really know tries to hug me, I kinda push her away. And this actually happened at my work. It happened several times, ever since I met Katerina, who is, you know, my girlfriend. Although I haven't actually met Katerina. That's an interesting topic too, because I have a girlfriend who lives in a different country. So, you know, there's no physical touching there to be had. Mostly, you know, touching myself, because I still have the physical feelings for her. But yeah, that's a different thing. And if you're sitting there, wait, did he just say that he masturbates? Then yes, I masturbate. Not right now. Calm down. I'm just saying that everybody masturbates, and everybody has sex eventually. And it's not something you should just not talk about. Especially when it comes to young people, because they need to know stuff. Better that they know stuff than they experiment and find out for themselves, in some cases. Some cases it's good to experiment, but some cases you don't need to. Anyway, where was I? Actually, where was I? So right, yes, I was talking about the fact that there's a girl at my work who I used to be into. I used to have a crush on her. But regardless of what I did to show affection, probably because I have Asperger's, I didn't show it very well. She completely nonchalantly laid me. That's a word. And ever since I got a girlfriend, I stopped showing interest in her. Because, you know, she didn't give me anything back, so, you know, I just stopped caring about her. And then when I got a girlfriend, I just didn't actually want her anymore. And she actually started showing me more interest in me. She actually started being like, oh hey, oh you dress nicely today, and oh nice hair today, and like blah blah today. And then she actually started hugging me randomly. And I had a problem with that because it was mean of her to not show me any attention until the point where I actually stopped showing attention to her. That's just a very female-ish stereotypical thing to do, and I don't like that. So when nowadays, if she tries to hug me, I literally push her away until she falls over or just topples away. I've literally elbowed her away when she tries to hug me. She doesn't really get the hint, but that's beside the point. I'm mostly, you know, it's mostly, partly rather, for fun, because it's funny that she's coming, oh, give me a hug, and I'm just like a bunt, because, you know, the humorous effect of it. But, my point is that hugging itself, I don't really like doing with somebody I don't like. So you can imagine that I really don't like one-night stands, was the long point I was getting to. Because one-night stands are pointless to me. If I want an orgasm, I get one. I don't need other people there to do it for me. I know that the point of sex isn't that you can do it alone, but yeah, it's like I need an emotional aspect of it. And I know that a lot of people are like that. It's not just Asperger's or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that because Asperger's are very mental, and if you're from Britain, that's gonna sound stupid, but a lot of us are in the head. We have bad eye-hand coordination. We don't, you know, buff up very often for no reason. We think more than we act on feelings. Because of that, I'm guessing, this is my guess, I'm guessing that most Aspergers actually, okay, this is gonna be very contradicting, but either most Aspergers actually want a girlfriend before they get sexually attracted, or they completely ignore the romantic part and just do the physical parts because they see it as an individual thing. I think that most Aspergers are either in one of those extremes. However, since Aspergers are very honest people, too honest normally, especially me, because I have this whole thing about I hate lying, because of that we're gonna be sounding very perverted a lot. Like if I see a girl's butt cleavage, I will usually like point it out. Partly because I like embarrassing her, because it's cute to embarrass girls. And partly because, you know, I'm a guy. I cannot see when they have, you know, panties showing. Because I'm a guy. Every guy is like that. If you're not like that, then you're not a guy. A lot of girls are even like that. And if I see, you know, sexy things, or even sexual things, doesn't even have to be sexy, then I'm gonna notice it, and since I just speak out loud like some kind of brain vomit machine, I usually just point things out when I see them. That makes me sound like I'm always thinking about sex. Because there's always something sexual you can say, and that means that I will always say something sexual. And I've had a lot of people tell me, why do you always talk about sex? Why do you always think about sex? And lately, I was talking to one person online, and she told me that she was like surprised because she didn't think I had these kinds of thoughts because of my YouTube videos. She didn't think I could think about sex. But I like talking about sex a lot, so I talk about sex when I want to. And if you notice, I've said the word sex like 100 times in this video. But my point is that I don't only think about sex. It's like I eat a lot of candy. I don't only eat candy. Sometimes I don't even eat at all. The fact that people seem to think that you're a pervert who only thinks about sex just because you mention it a lot is a problem for honest male aspies. And with the risk of alienating all of my viewers, mostly my female viewers, I have quite a few stalker people, like female stalkers, who seems to think I'm really cute and really handsome and stuff like that. I'm not bragging, although I'm a little bit. But it's weird for me, because during my schooling, no girls talked to me, no girls liked me. Sure, I didn't dress in a vest and had, good hair. I'm gonna hit myself afterwards, but I'm gonna show you a photo of how I used to look. Girls didn't like me, surprisingly, but now they seem to do, and that's very weird to me, because I'm not a very physical person, like I've mentioned. However, one thing that I have to point out, and this is most for people who don't have Asperger's, like if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend who has Asperger's and you're watching this to get hints, then you're kind of creepy, but still, yes, because we don't touch people that much, because we sometimes try not to touch people that much, doesn't mean we don't like getting touched. That's very important to understand. If you have Asperger's, even if you think you don't like getting touched, you probably haven't tried it with somebody you love. Because I'm a very cuddly person. My ex actually called me a squid, because my hands were all over the place. No mental images for you, I hope. Unless you're a female. In case you didn't know, I'm not a ladies' man. I'm good at talking to the ladies, because I don't have many male friends. I don't like talking to guys, because they're usually kind of dumb and boring. So I usually try to, talk to females. So I've heard a lot of stories. Which brings me to Katarina, which is my girlfriend. However, I haven't met her, like I said. And that is, like I said in a previous video actually, that's a kind of a problem. Because I want to meet her so much. But I can, but I can't do it right now. And I want to. And part of why I want to is because I am a horny bitch. There's no getting around that. I want to meet her because I'm cuddly. I want to meet her because I want to do romantic things. I want to meet her because, hanging out. I really miss the hanging out bit. You can do that over Skype, but it's not as easy as just sitting in the sofa. And I want to meet her because of fun, sexy time. Of course I do. To very randomly string it together with Asperger's. She also wants to meet me and, do the things and all that. But the reason why I want it kind of desperately is because because of my Asperger's, I haven't sought out sex that much. I haven't actually tried to get it. I haven't actively gone out to get girls. So I'm very inexperienced, if you know what I mean. No, of course you know what I mean. And that's an annoying thing for a guy, because, you know, a guy is supposed to be the guy who's forward. Because, like I said in a relationship video, girls never come up to a guy and start talking. Likewise, if a guy wants sex, he better make sure to find it, because he's not gonna just get it. So, this is so depressing at this point. Really, I should stop talking, but I'm very, I have a lot of emotions, abundance of emotions, a real abundance of physical emotions too, and I can't get them out. I can get the emotional feelings out by talking to Katerina, but unless I actually have my girlfriend here, I can't do much. So yeah, let's not talk about me and my patheticness with how little ladies I've had. Let's talk about Asperger's, because that's what the video is about, and not all Aspies are the same, so it's kind of hard to talk about. Because I know some promiscuous Aspies too. And I should probably end with saying something to people who are trying to help Aspies in this aspect or something. Maybe not help in the sexual aspect, that sounds horrible, but if you have a son or daughter with Asperger's, you kind of, you don't really have to, there's not much you can do, but you have to keep an eye out on their sexual growth. You should do that with any kid, really, but if the kid has Asperger's, he's gonna think a lot. I'm talking about how I felt now, because he's gonna think a lot, and when he's growing up, he's gonna think he's weird. He's not gonna have very many female friends. He's not gonna know how to get girls. If you tell him, oh, you should get a girlfriend, haha, then he's gonna go, oh, and then he's gonna actually feel bad because he knows that, or rather he feels that he can't because he feels like a freak. The whole knowing that you have Asperger's and knowing that there's nothing wrong with you will help you be confident, and that will help you get a relationship, and that will help you get an emotional relationship, and that will help you get a complete life. Because getting the sex is actually a demand for having a good life. And that sounds horrible, but it's true. It's like food. You don't need all the food you eat, but if you never eat candy, for example, I keep comparing sex to candy, but it is very tasty. If you never eat candy, then you're gonna feel bad. You need pleasures in life. You need them. You don't, same as thing with candy, you don't need too many of them, too much of it, of course. But I'm just saying that it's a very important topic that you actually need to think about. For your own sake, or for your kid's sake. Or if you have a partner with Asperger's, you need to think, about treating them like you would treat anyone, really, just not as strongly. With the physical aspect, because we have sensitive skin and all that, which might even be a problem during sex. But I'm not going to go into that, because it would cause me to actually be forced to actually have to talk about, the whole thing. I don't mind doing that, I shouldn't be doing that on video, so this has been my video about sex. I hope you're all enjoying it, if you know what I mean. That's exactly why people think I'm a pervert. I am a pervert, actually, when you think about it, because I'm very open-minded and free about it. And that technically makes you a pervert. But, you know, if you like the normal stuff, then you're not a pervert. And I like the normal stuff, but I also like, you know, stuff that I like. But I'm not gonna tell you what I like sexually, so stop asking me. Alright, you're not asking me, I'm telling you on my own. Right, so anyway, this is my video. And I'm a partner on YouTube now. Which is weird. So if you see ads, then I'm not gonna tell you to click it, because I'm not allowed to do that. I don't actually see the ads because I use Firefox, and I'm not telling you to use Firefox because I'm not allowed to do that. But yeah. oh, look! This is my hat. Okay, shit. Looking, look. Whoop. Doesn't really work when I can't quite fit it on my head properly. Oh yeah. Also, I don't know if it's sitting right now. Bye! This was like a very pointless ending to the video. I should end it with something cool, like a James Bond flip, like whoop. But I can't actually throw my hat. And I would actually flip the camera over on the TV and break it.